My mother-in-law thinks I don't deserve his son because I'm just a country girl. When she found out the truth, she begged me to let her see his grandchildren. I'm Jasmine 25F, and I have a husband named Carter 26M. We are living a happy life in the countryside. My husband is from a well-known bussiness elite family and chose to live a life here with me. He said he's exhausted on constantly being watched in the city because he's from a well-known family, that the eyes of the media and the world always looks at him waiting for him to fall down. We met here in our hometown when he's trying to relax from his mother's pressure. Always tells him to go get married and have child, but when Carter brought me, it only took her one glance to criticize me. That night, I wore a simple blue dress that was made by a seamstress on our village. She was the best seamstress. Her works are fantastic. But my mother-in-law disliked it. She asked where family do I came from and what is our family business. I said we are farmers from the countryside, and I smiled. She seemed annoyed and said how could his son betrayed her for marrying a farmer's daughter. How much do you want from my son? She asked bluntly. My husband put down his fork and get up and told me we are leaving. That's when it all started, my mother-in-law's constant bullying. But I wasn't bothered at all. I took it a challenge that maybe if I prove to her that I don't want his son's money, then she'll accept me. My sister-in-law Celeste is the one always apologizing for her mother's behavior, telling me that everything will be fine soon when she realizes. Unlike my mother-in-law, Celeste is kind. She always visits us in our house every weekend and join us in farming. She loves the chicken and ducks, and when she leaves, I always send her with fresh vegetables from our garden and free-range chicken and grass-fed meat of our cows. I will also pack some for my mother-in-law. One weekend, when Celeste came over, she's with my mother-in-law, and I thought she finally realized that I'm not the gold-digging woman she dislikes. Celeste was so happy because she said her mom came back to her senses and want to live with us for a while. My husband was a bit skeptical, but I was hopeful that maybe, just maybe, she meant it. At first, when my husband is around, she is the loving, ever-perfect mother. But when my husband will go to the farm to feed our livestock and look at the farmers, she'll become this whole other person, telling me that she's watching me and she knows sooner or later I will shed my skin. When I became pregnant with our first child, my husband was over the moon happy. I thought my mother-in-law will eventually warm up when she knows that I'm pregnant, but she kept on saying snide comments like, "Are you sure it was yours?" to his son, but my husband will just brush it off because he knows I will never betray him. Sometimes she would say things like, "When the cat is away, the mouse will play." I endure her. Until the day I gave birth to my daughter, I was in the hospital with my husband, and his family was with us. Celeste is being the supportive sister-in-law with my father-in-law, while my mother-in-law is in the hall rolling her eyes. All my pain went away when I heard a baby cry, but it all went back when I saw the horror in my husband's face, as if he sees a horrifying ghost. And when I look my child, she's dark, have a dark complexion, a darker tone than me and my husband. But my husband and I are both ghostly white. I have a blonde hair and white complexion. My husband have a dirty blonde hair and also white. The doctor seems to saw the situation and immediately explains that ancestry DNA is rare, but it happens. And I remembered that my dad is half black because my grandma is a black African woman. Same with my mom, have a darker complexion because her mother is Latina. My husband felt relieved when I said that, and Celeste reminded him that their grandfather is also a Latino, which have same complexion as my daughter. But my mother-in-law refused to believe that. She said that I'm having an affair with the other farmer. My husband told her to stop and go home. She refused, but my father-in-law dragged her. Audrey became the light of our life. She's like a ray of sunshine to us. She's the golden hour. Because of her complexion. My father-in-law said he wanted to introduce Audrey, so we planned this elaborate party only for Audrey. All of their relatives and family will be there, including their Latino grandparents. I was so happy, thinking nothing wrong will happen, but just right after announcing about Audrey, my mother-in-law get in the stage and got the microphone. "Everyone, I have an announcement to make," she said dramatically. "Here, I have now proof that my son is being fooled by that witch." Then she opened the envelope and read it, 0.00% paternity match. "That kid wasn't my son's child," she said, almost like about to cry. And then she played a video on the monitor. It was me hugging and kissing another man. There are also pictures of me with another man, a black man. I saw my husband clench his jaw, and the people in the hall are gasping. Some are looking on us. To my daughter with disgust. But my mother-in-law wasn't done. "I told you, son, she's not good enough for you," she said, triumphantly. My husband looked at me with this confusing look. He asked me why. I told him that's not true. But he just laughed and said, "There's a video and pictures of your infidelity," he choked, as if he couldn't believe I can do that. I looked at my mother-in-law and said, "Are you sure you want to do this with me?" I asked her. She looked at me with disgust and said, "Go back to your filthy farm, country girl. You don't belong in our world." I said, "Okay." False accusations and fabricated evidence is considered a criminal case. I looked at my husband and told him, "I think it's good that we don't see each other. If you want a divorce, I will. But I need you to a DNA test in court to make sure it's not fabricated." I saw my mother-in-law smiled falter. I told them to see me in court. But my mother-in-law said, "This is not fake. Why need another DNA? Here's the result." But I just left, and as I was in the car, I looked at my beautiful daughter playing with her toy flower. She had no idea that her grandmother don't like her, that her own father believe every lies. I called the person that I need. On the first ring she picks up. "It's been a long time, Attorney Daves. It's been 5 years. Are you ready for your comeback? Your mom and dad will be delighted." "Yes, I am. First, I need you to file a divorce under my name." And another case for false accusations and fabricated evidence. "Wait, you are married," she shouted. "Oh, you are so dead, Mom, Dad. Jasmine is married and we don't even know," my sister Lily shouted. I told her that I will go to our manor tonight, and I hung up. What my mother-in-law doesn't know is I am from an elite family of lawyers, and my life was once became at risk when I fought for a homeless man that was dead beaten by a son of a wealthy mafia and well-known person. His son was sentenced to life in prison, and on his first day on prison he was bullied and decided to kill himself. The family resented me and threatened me, even tried to assassinate me. My father, who is also a lawyer, was scared for me. So he told to live temporarily in a small countryside until he fixed the situation. My dad is sharp and cunning, so he made a deal with the mafia, causing the mafia his life. After that, my father contacted me and said I can go back now, but I was already in love with my husband. I told my father about the situation, about my mother-in-law, and father agreed to see if my husband will fight for me. Now that things escalated, I can't afford to just stand and relax. My mother-in-law decided to ruin my marriage, so she will pay for it. At the manor, my mom was waiting for us with my father and my sibling. I have 4 siblings, and all of them are lawyers. I am the youngest of them all. The few elites know me by name, but they never saw my real face. because I always put elaborate makeup and wig. Including my siblings, no one knows we are blonde unless from the family. Only my father and mother knows about my marriage. And I explained the situation to my siblings. After a long night, I decided to come back in our home. It was my father's idea because he believes that my husband is just confused because of the fabrication. He said that man fight for me even if he knows that I'm only an orphan of a farmer. That farmer is my father's sibling, and he's not just a farmer, he's the biggest supplier of vegetables and livestock in the whole continent. I went home to find my husband sleeping in the couch with his phone. I didn't saw his message with me telling to go home and please come back. He have 176 missed calls to me. Repeatedly texts me that he doesn't care anymore. All he knows that me and Audrey are his family. He wakes up and hugs us both tightly. He said Celeste told him that maybe their mother indeed fabricated those videos and pictures. And he said sorry for not believing me and for not trusting me. I said I understand and we need to cooperate for Audrey's sake. I told him that I will file a complaint and he agreed without hesitation. He said he will support me no matter what. 3 days later, the arrest warrant for him finally come out and the hearing in court is today. That night I already told my husband everything about me and family. He was shocked and scared that he passed out. Audrey was laughing as if she knows what happened. I told everything about my family, and my husband just listened, and he knows about my sister Lily, which her mother likes, because Lily is same age as him, and at a young age is a refined and sharp attorney. While Celeste was being paired by my brother Clover, who's also an elite attorney, but she said she don't have time yet. My family is well-known elite attorneys. My brother Ross and my sister Chrysanthemum are also known lawyers. As we enter the courtroom, my whole family is there to support me. My family is seating behind my mother-in-law. She thought that my family was there to support her because she doesn't know the truth yet. While Celeste was with us, my father-in-law was not here because he knows what my mother does is unacceptable. He chose not to attend. My mother-in-law is smirking thinking that I don't have an attorney, but I am the attorney. I am the lawyer of my own case, and the one holding his case is Vanessa. She also a lawyer, but she accepts bribes and misconduct, but because of her father's firm she maintain her reputation and degree. As the hearing started, I presented to the judge the DNA test that was forged and the real DNA test that the court requested. It was proved that Audrey is the daughter of Carter. My mother-in-law insists that I'm the one who forged it, but the judge held her in contempt. After that, I presented the fabricated videos and pictures. We found out that she bribed a small-time editor to put my face on the picture and video in exchange for $1,000. My mother-in-law denied, but the CCTV footage didn't lie. She looked at my dad and told him to do something. My dad just shrugged and said, "I'm not your lawyer." The judge charged her of 2 years in prison with probation. She was still smirking because she said she will hire my father and she will not go to prison. But my father announced, "I will not protect a liar. You deserve that for trying to ruin my daughter." My mother-in-law was shocked when she realized what my father said. She begged me to forgive her, that she doesn't know me. I told her that my wealthy and family status doesn't define me. And then my husband with my family left. My father decided to give us the wedding we deserve. A grand wedding with 500 guests, mostly elites and high society. Audrey was 2 years old and she's my little bride. After 2 years, we go through ups and downs. We fixed our marriage through counseling and therapy. My mother-in-law became the person we thought she wouldn't be. She started a foundation and shelter that accepts homeless. She also visits on other countrysides to give something in every small village she goes. She will always look for scholars for young country teens when can't afford school. We are in a good relationship so far, and she always apologizes and thank me for not giving up on his son after what is done. I told her everything is in the past now. Nobody is perfect and all mothers only want good for their children. But sometimes as parents we fail to see what's enough. That's why we do things we don't want to do. We are parents and our children are not dolls, they have feelings and minds. We are here to guide them, not to manipulate them. And sometimes you need to push the limits to know the boundaries. Mistakes are there, but we can learn not to do them again.